Distributional is a platform for enterprises to help them test their AI systems.
And what is the most critical issue right now that we're seeing in the AI sector?
So what we're seeing is that confidence is the real blocker to getting enterprise value out of these AI systems. A lot of people think about performance as, hey, we just need it to be a little bit better. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to trust these systems and make sure that they actually behave as expected when they're in production and scaling.
How does Distributional bridge that gap?
So we provide this testing suite that allows people to help both define behavior, quantify it, understand it, and ultimately ensure that it behaves as expected through testing.
But what would you say differentiates your approach than other competitors that are on the market today?
So instead of trying to break this down to a small set of signals to be able to say whether or not something's good enough, we want a large number of signals to really grab the behavior and say, is it doing what I expect it to do?
And how do you ensure that Distributional's platform is sustainable to manage the test of time?
So instead of trying to treat this as a one-time problem of just getting this good enough to get out the door, we think of testing as a continuous problem, where you want to make sure as both your usage shifts, your desired behavior shifts, and these models shift underneath you, you're continuously testing and making sure that you get to that great workflow to really understand what's happening.
Distributional raised over $30 million in just a time span of 9 months. What does that say about the importance and the significance of AI testing right now?
I think people are realizing that this is a huge problem. Many different enterprises, many of which are listed right here, are running into this problem simultaneously. They've already done the science projects and the POCs. They've already got something working, but they don't have that confidence to get over this gap and get into production because they don't understand the behavior. They're worried about what will happen on the other side.
How do you plan to scale that $30 million?
So we're trying to take a very enterprise-focused approach. It's not just about helping individual developers move quickly. It's about helping enterprises move safely and confidently, which requires us to take this much more principled approach and build into the platforms they already have, integrate into the systems that they have, and we're going to be spending a lot of time and money doing that very well.
And you work a lot with Fortune 500 companies. Why do you think they choose to work with Distributional?
Because they have the scale where they actually care about mitigating this operational risk that comes from these AI systems. Whether that's regulatory, financial, or reputational, they need to make sure that these things behave as expected, not just are performant on some benchmark to win a prize or get a paper.
And what's the biggest challenge right now that you're facing?
The biggest challenge is just meeting the demand. Again, everybody's running into this problem simultaneously. Thankfully, I have a lot of experience from my first startup, selling into a lot of the same companies, working with many different Fortune 500 and leading firms in the original ML and AI waves of the last decade. And so we're ready to meet that challenge, but it is 10 times faster than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, a lot to keep up with. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me today on Taking Stock.
Excellent. Thanks so much.